buddies, hello and welcome to another Wednesday and another episode of AC. That's me talking bowls, and I'm sorry it's late, and I'm sorry I've still got my work clothes on, but I've literally just walked through the door. Been a little bit busy at the teaching coalface today, but we have to do these things. So guys, thanks for joining me. Remember, if you enjoy these videos, please hit that like button. If you're not already a bowls buddy and a member of this wonderful community of ours, please hit that subscribe button. Absolutely free of charge, and don't forget to hit the notification bell for notifications of new content on the channel, which is currently 4 times a week. So what have I got to talk about today? Quite a lot really, but I want to try and keep this short. I don't want to go down the rabbit hole I think I might end up going down, which is the BCGBA finances, because I might end up with a headache and I could do without that. First of all, I was bowling last night. Murfield League started. How exciting, beautiful evening. Yeah, it was enjoyable, it was good. It was good to see everybody after all this length of time. I know there shouldn't have been, but there was an amazing crowd there, and I'm not going to say too much more. It was absolutely packed. But apart from that, the bowls hut and everything, that was, you know, one way and all the rest of it. It was good. It was good to see everyone. Of course, I managed to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Why would I want to win away from home first game of the season? And I managed to duck out 21-20 from seemingly an invincible position. But there you go. These things are sent to try us. My excuse is I've far too much going on up here. Constantly thinking about my schoolwork. Anyway, it was really good to get out and about, and I'm sure many other people felt exactly the same way last night. Some normality just creeping back ever so slowly into our lives, which is, well, it's about time, isn't it? So that was good. Obviously there's other leagues starting. I know the Rams bottom league starting up next week. I think the Burnley league's starting up in May. The Super League, the East Lancs Super League, you all thought it had been cancelled with all the clubs dropping out, didn't you? But that was the European Super League. No, this is the East Lancs Super League. And I think that's starting in July, and all the information you need will be on Bowls.net, with the vast majority of other leagues that uses that site. It's a very good site. I'll just talk a little bit about Dan Lofthouse when he came to pick the bowls up last week. He was telling me about the conversation he had with Mark Berkhamshaw, and I don't think I'm speaking out of school by repeating some of the things he's told me. He's quite happy for me to do so. He asked Mark why coaches, clubs, people, you know, who want to get involved in developing the game, coaching the game for youth, why they don't have access to the development fund, which currently stands at about £160,000. And the response was it was there for a rainy day. I'm not sure, but it's been a pretty rainy sort of 18 months or so. Well, certainly 12 months, but it's been raining quite a lot. You know, in the scheme of things, there's been several feet of rain come down. So I'm not sure just when we might need this rainy day fund when we're in the situation we are currently in. What else did Dan tell me? He told me it's not as simple apparently as just delving into this fund. Even though it's called a development fund, it's not really a development fund, and it's run by trustees, and the trustees decide whether the money can come out of the account, which is interesting. So it's down to a handful of people to decide what happens to this £160,000. Also, Dan was explaining what he does, goes into schools, offers his services, and they say, yeah, let's give it a go. And he was basically told it was impossible to do what he was currently doing. Schools aren't interested, but can't get it on the curriculum, whatever. Now in secondary schools that might be correct. I know it's difficult to get things on the school curriculum, but at GCSE PE, if you said to your PE teacher, I'd really like to do crown green bowls and have access to a green and bowls and all the rest of it, I'm sure that they'd allow you to do it. At primary school, it's the curriculum for PE is just like a simple one-line phrase that basically says they need to get some exercise, and as long as they do that, anything goes. So primary school is a way in, gets kids knowing about the game and that it exists, and maybe they'll take it up later on in life. So the way I see it, and I know it's not this simple, and I've had people in touch with me saying, Cairns, you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know the ins and outs of the British Crown Green finances. Maybe I should, maybe we all should, maybe it should be a bit clearer, maybe the accounts should be a bit easier to read, maybe there's some changes that need making. Let's take the £160,000, it's there for a rainy day. Now I think I as a bowler, if let's say British Crown Green Management Committee said, right, we're going to introduce a yearly affiliation fee. I'm not against a yearly affiliation fee, but when you've 160 grand in the bank, what's the point? Get it spent and then raise the money. Alright, maybe save a few quid, but 160 grand, okay? So the options as I see it is spend the money and then introduce an affiliation fee. So with 80 grand, 80,000 bowlers approximately, £2 a throw, 160 grand a year, job done. Who's going to miss £2? And I'd say if you're a member of multiple clubs, you pay. So if you're a member of 4 clubs, you pay £8. In the scheme of things, you wouldn't miss it. Not for a second. But that 160 grand could do wonders. Could fund clubs, coaches, counties, could do all sorts with it. Let's not forget, on top of that, you'd still have the £35 club affiliation fee, which currently brings them in round about 35 grand. If there's 2,000 clubs, there might be a few more, there might be a few less. Tell you what, we'll say I'll say 80 grand it brings in. So you've got your 80 grand from your clubs, you've got your 160 grand from your players, so that's £250,000, and it's cost each player £2. Seems pretty straightforward to me. It seems like a no-brainer. What's the worst that can happen? We're already losing bowlers because we're not doing anything. If we had £250,000, you'd pay the wages of people. You might even be able to pay the going rate for good people to be paid a good sum of money for doing a good job. And I've said it so many times, you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. I'm not calling any of the officials of British Crown Green. I think actually they do a good job with I think they have both hands tied behind their backs, to be honest, every person there. And I feel for them. It's a tough gig, no doubt about it. And in return they should be paid a proper salary. They should be, rather than just expenses and you know, it's something like 15 grand CEO, British Crown Green, plus expenses. 15 grand. I know people that won't get out of bed for 15 grand a day, never mind 15 grand a year, but that's a different matter altogether. So just with those, I mean, I've not even talked about the counties and how much they put into British Crown Green with their affiliation fees. Let's have a look at Bowls England. Now, Bowls England, obviously, a little bit bigger in terms of the number of affiliates and the number of members. But for Bowls England, I got in touch with Jason Parkinson and I said, Jason, as a flat green bowler, what are your affiliation fees every year? And they pay £10 through their club, on top of their club membership. £5 of that goes to their county association, £5 of that goes to Bowls England. It's part of the membership fee. They don't care, it's there, they don't really care about it, it's part of the membership fee. The club get the money, they send it off, job done. And Bowls England have a nice headquarters, they have people who are paid a proper salary, full-time officials, and Bowls England are a fairly successful, it looks a well-run organisation, good website, everything. It's and I know that British Crown Green, we sort of follow Bowls England. I don't know if you've seen any of the announcements that British Crown Green put, but they tend to follow the Bowls England announcements fairly well. So maybe that's to do with the BDA, which of course costs money to be affiliated to. So we've got £160,000 that we can't spend because we need to keep it for a rainy day. With no new members coming through, with no way of marketing our sport because we've no television coverage and no desire for television coverage. So I guess it's down to the individual clubs to find their own way. And I know there's a lot of people out there, a lot of volunteers that work so hard to get handfuls of new members for new clubs, and without them, where would we be? We'd be even worse off. It's a sad state of affairs, but until we get a bit more professional and a bit more, we need to come into the 21st century, simple as, and the days of having everything on the cheap have got to end. If we want our sport to survive and eventually grow, we're going to have to start paying our way. And, you know, club membership fees of £20 aren't going to cut it anymore. Not having an affiliation fee every year isn't going to cut it anymore. The time has come. The time has come to look seriously at the financial state of this sport, and it needs turning around. Unless somebody out there, a benefactor who wants to donate a lot of money, it's only going to get worse. You know, if you think about, like I said, the clubs who affiliate to British Crown Green, and there are clubs that aren't, fine. Like I said, they might bring in 80 grand a year. Well, you can think about it. I think the last lot of accounts I looked at, the meetings, all the meetings they had was about 5 or 6 grand. The president, straight away, their blazers 500 quid. Then there's the expenses. What else is there? We pay insurance on all the trophies. Well, I have an idea. Let's sell the trophies and get some replicas made, and then you don't have to pay 800 quid insurance and you've got some money in the kitty. That's an idea. I know it won't raise a lot, but I'm sure that if you went through the accounts you'd be as depressed as me. Obviously I haven't seen any latest accounts. I've only seen them from whatever year it was, 2020, 2019, I can't remember. Last lot I saw, most recent ones. Anyway, I've got dragged into that rabbit hole. I've got down 14 minutes in and I'm still talking about it. The other thing was interesting to note. Somebody got in touch with me, Gary Spencer from Cheshire, who is the coordinator for the junior team, and he's looking to have friendlies with other counties, because apparently there's only two junior county outfits who wanted to play in the juniors this year, and I just wonder whether the junior sections were asked, the officials and players, whether they wanted to carry on, or whether that was just another situation where they said, nah, I will get shot. Because for me, you know, the juniors need to play, or they lose interest, or we'll just end up playing on their Xbox or whatever. So Gary Spencer got in touch with me, and I've passed his details on to various people. But if any of you out there who's involved with junior county, or even, you know, area county teams, federation junior teams, whatever, if you're interested in having any friendlies May, June, July, August with Cheshire Juniors, if you get in touch with me, I'll make sure to pass your details on to Garrett, and you might be able to set something up, and who knows what would happen. Not going to say too much else. Don't forget, if you're looking for a holiday, not just travel, our favourite travel agent, Richard.Jackson, the well-respected, renowned bowler from Sheffield, is your man. If you want that extra special service, get in touch with details at the end of this video. I still haven't sorted out with Steve Broom from Bowls Trader about the trying to come up with a discount code or a free shipping or something for the Bowls Buddies as a reward for watching all these videos, and you know, just give something back to you that have maybe purchased shirts or whatever. Still working on that. Hasn't been finalised yet, but I hope it will be soon. Apart from that, not a lot else to say. I've had some really nice comments, and I'm looking forward to doing Comment Corner. There's a lot to go through, which is, I think that's actually my favourite thing on the channel. I just love going through the comments and see how people think, and I love it when you disagree with me, because that's what I want to know your views, I want to know your opinions. I have mine, and if you've got a good argument, if you've got a good debate, you've got the facts that are different to mine, that make me change my mind, absolutely. My mind is not fixed on anything. I have a growth mindset, not a fixed mindset. So there you go. So I'll say goodbye. I hope the weather continues. I hope you get out on the bowling greens, enjoying yourself. Bit of bowling on this weekend. It's last knockings at the Griffin, so there's the non-winners, which I've never been in before, but the first time for everything. And then I've also somehow managed to qualify for the Champion of Champions the following day by losing in lots of semi-finals. So I'm quite busy this weekend. But I'm looking forward to it, looking forward to some nice weather, looking forward to seeing friends and having a catch up and a drink, so that should be good. I hope you guys do the same. Don't forget, you're going in them supermarkets, get them masks on, because they're the worst place. But apart from that, get on the green in the fresh air, get some exercise and enjoy the weather. So I'll say goodbye. Hope you join me for Comments Corner. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit the like button, and I will see you very soon indeed. Bye.